Hey guys, Akisha Lockhart here for She's Got a Show, and I am so excited about continuing this series. So we're pulling up on some of the most inspirational Chicagoans I know. They're motivating me, they're keeping me going through this crazy 2020. And so our next guest, he's a personal trainer. He works with brands like Nike and Jordan, and we're just sitting outside waiting for him to come downstairs. Oh, here he comes.
Yo,
hey,
what's up?
How are you?
Welcome to the neighborhood.
I appreciate you.
You know?
So I just got done introducing you and telling them what we're doing.
Okay.
But before we get into all that, I want everyone to know we are not playing no games. We got our mask on.
Come on now.
Hand sanitizer. Hey. We have some Lysol, which I sprayed. Yes. This is serious right now. So what I wanted to let you know, because they know this, and I didn't want to say all this to you when I originally asked you to do this interview because I wanted to wait till you got in the Jeep.
Okay.
So this has been a crazy year for me personally, like so many other people. And I've been following you. Like, I followed you before 2020 on social media. But the thing that I love about you, and that you didn't even know this, you have inspired me. You have been encouraging me with your consistency, with you posting about fitness and your workouts and just doing what you're doing. So I'm pulling up on some of the dopest Chicagoans. So you're a part of this series.
Hey.
I'm pulling up on dope Chicagoans to let them know we appreciate you and that I need to do a wellness check. I just need to find out how you're doing, because you are in an industry, fitness, that I'm sure has been heavily, from what I can see, affected by COVID. And you're a black man that's having to deal with social injustice. So Dave, just let us know, how are you honestly holding up right now?
Damn, man, I honestly have chills right now. If I'm 100% honest, it's hard right now. It really is. I made a tweet about it just randomly yesterday, and I just said, man, being a black man fighting for your business in a pandemic, it's tough. It's like a beast that I can't even describe to people. You know what I mean? So to hear you say me working through it, me being consistent has inspired you means so much to me, just because it's been hard too. You know what I mean? I know when people see me, they think this is so a part of my life that it's such an easy thing. It's really tough to keep that positive outlook, just because, I always try to say this, I'm always the positive one in the room. I'm always kind of the one that everyone else kind of lean on. So in times like this, when I kind of look around, it's kind of hard for people to even see that chink in the armor, even see that, oh wow, man, he may be going through something too. You know what I mean? So I am extremely honored that you would even acknowledge that to start. You know what I mean? Just because that's such an important thing, I feel. Just because, it's been such a tough time for everyone, and it's just crazy right now in fitness. We're operating at a fraction of what we can. You know what I mean? And so it's just been a really, really tough time. Add on top of that, being a black man, and not even so much that it's changed, right? I just think more people have seen it, right? And you're just kind of left in that aspect of, man, this is what I've been telling y'all. This has been my life forever. These have been the hills I climb every day to try to keep this positive impact and share this knowledge with my people and continue to inspire the world. You know what I mean? So a roundabout way of, man, I'm struggling, but I'm blessed. I'm struggling, but I'm blessed. My family has encountered 4 deaths from the COVID.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
So just dealing with that on top of everything has kind of been hard. But you have to look at it like, I'm blessed. You know what I mean? So many people are in a tougher spot than I am right now. And if I can inspire other people to do this, you know what I mean? For you to continue with your wellness, for you to inspire your sister, which is dope, which I see, you know what I mean? She looks so good right now.
Does. Shout out to Gina.
Shout out to Gina. Just to see that, man, it warms my heart. And you know, and kind of say it like this: a black woman got me into wellness. My mom.
Oh, that's awesome.
I helped her lose 100 pounds, and I found my calling. You know what I mean? So, black women have a special place in my heart, just because I know this world's not set up for you guys to be well and to trust in the healthcare system and to take care of your bodies and put yourself first. You know what I mean? So
definitely.
I appreciate that question for real.
Oh, well, we appreciate you. So something that I'm curious about for me, like, you know, I work out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm about that
Facts,
life.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why I love to work out, for all you all and for Dave to know, is because it is a stress reliever.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm curious, because this is your life. You do this from what it seems like, at least the way you on the outside looking in, you do this every day.
Yep.
Does it actually work as a stress reliever for you because you do it all the time, or do you have to do something else to kind of decompress from everything that's going on?
It can work as both ways. Like, sometimes it becomes a job. Sometimes it becomes another job. You know what I mean? It's like if you work at McDonald's, the last thing you want at the end of the day is chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? So it becomes one of those things of, I have to find that balance of not just going to the gym to work out, but just finding my quiet time. You know, like working at a gym that, you know, that you run your business out of kind of becomes hard because so many people want to interrupt your session and ask a question and do this, do that, you know? So I think the positive side of quarantine and allowing me to take time away from giving so much to the world and just concentrate on myself, the blessing has become working out has become my me time again. Of either I'm at home or I'm at the gym and we're not as busy as we used to be, so I can focus that whole hour on me. You know what I mean? I don't even work out with people anymore, so it's just myself, the weights, my music, whatever I want to do, whatever I want to think into. And I even, you know, and I hate to tell you guys this, but I even backed away from programming, right? I used to have a set program. Now I have a framework of what I want, and I just go in and freestyle and feel good again. You know what I mean? So it's kind of been therapeutic, especially these last couple months. But before that, and sometimes it really does feel like another job, feel like another piece of the job. So
okay. So for anyone out there that's watching this right now and that follows you, or they're just now getting in tune with you and finding out what you do, and they're aspiring personal trainers,
I love it.
Would you still recommend the career field after going through 2020 and seeing all of the changes? Because you did this well before it, and now you're seeing it, and maybe it's worse, I would imagine.
Exactly.
So would you still recommend, for anyone out there that wants to do this as a profession, would you say do it?
I said, so I was talking to a lot of like my peers in this field, and you know, I've been blessed to like build this following, really align myself with great athletes and things like this, really iron out a career. And still in the middle of the pandemic, I was like, did I pick the right career? You know, like, well, I'm going to move away from this. Like, I need more security. You know what I mean? I played professional basketball, and one of the real reasons I got out of it, because it wasn't enough security. Like, every summer I was waiting on the next contract, and I seek security, you know? So this was the first time I ever like, man, did I pick the right career field? So I say that to say, yes, right? I love helping people. And if personal training was a side hustle to you, if it's not your love and your passion, and you're not passionate about helping people find their best selves, finding their wellness, and understanding that you're going to be in the gutter for a while, understanding that going into it, yes, right? If people are the currency that you're looking to help. But if you're looking to, all right, this is going to be my side hustle, I'm just going to dabble in it, I'm not going to learn everything I want to learn, I'm not going to give away, because I always tell young trainers is you may have to give away 2 to get 1 back, right? With that said, you have to give away a lot of information. Like you said, I post every day, I'm giving away a ton of information, right? Just because I want to be a source for the right thing for you. Who knows if that ever comes back? You know what I mean? But I always tell young traders, you have to give away a lot to get something back, you know? So if people are what you love to work with and wellness is that, yes, go with that. With that said, you brought up a great point. This industry has never been more saturated, and has never been such an unhealthy market for it, right? So it's a saturated market, unhealthy practices, unhealthy marketplace that let people come in, and it's IG and social media, which everyone thinks, everyone has made this look so easy, right? It's become such a saturated market. No one knows what's really good, what's bad, what's in between. You know, so I feel like I'm scaring people away, but that's only to scare people away if it's not for you. I don't want you to dabble in it, all right? You got to put your all into this industry, put your all into people, and it's still gonna be hard. But the payoff, man, like hearing you say you're inspired, like things like that always, you know, make it worth it to me.
Okay. So there are a lot of people. At one point, I was one of these people that was disappointed, disgusted with the weight that I have put on, because I'm not even, I mean, now it's risen, but I don't think I'm still taking as many steps as I was before COVID, before the stuff hit the fan. So what would you say to all those people out there that look at themselves every day and they're just disappointed with what they're seeing because they put on so much weight, but they can't get to the gym because gyms are closed? They can't afford a personal trainer because they're not making the income they were making. So they can't take as many steps because they're not going to work anymore.
Without a doubt.
So what would you say to anyone that feels like that?
I want you to take a step back, right? Realize what you're blessed to have right now. Understand that weight isn't just what you're eating. Anxiety, what's going on in the world has a severe impact on that, and we're all in a stressed out situation. Also, to add just like small things to your life that make you happy. So instead of this focus on us looking our best, how about we feel our best first, right? Maybe you just walk in 5 minutes as far as you can, thinking about everything that you're blessed for in those 5 minutes, right? Maybe that's the reset you need. You know, don't worry so much about finding this dream or this goal, man. Sometimes it's just enjoying the process of it and understanding that we're all struggling. We're all struggling and trying to find that impact of. That's why I've kind of ramped up on how many workouts I've given, just because I'm like, people just don't know what to do at home, and that's no fault of their own. You know what I mean? It's just like we have to get out of this. We have to be so perfect, and we're so hard on ourselves, right? Many times when I get a client, their first thing is, I'm so disappointed. I gained 20 pounds, or I never thought I needed a personal trainer. I'm like, man, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, they have personal trainers. Why are we so hard on ourselves that we think we're supposed to do everything so perfect, so all the time? This is a human experience, right? There's no end goal to that experience, right? We got to find love in the process. If that process is, all right, I'm going to do 5 squats every day, right? After 2 weeks, I feel great. I'm going to do 10 squats every day. Just find something that's going to help you keep moving, make you feel better more so than look better at the end of the day. That's all I've been preaching right now. Is just, it is a tough time for everyone. We just want to be as balanced mentally as we can become, and everything else is going to work itself out.
So did you at any point feel like that at all with yourself? Did you gain weight? Did you feel like, hey, for this whole week, you know, I don't feel like even working out?
Man,
did you go through that at all?
I definitely did. I always, when I go through something super tough, I give myself about a week to like soak in it.
Okay.
Right? Just because it takes a lot for me to feel like super depressed. But this is it really pushed me on it. So I gave myself a week of like, man, I'm gonna eat whatever I want. I don't feel like working out. Give us
an wait. Y'all want to know? We want to know an example of you tricking off. Like,
right,
is you tricking off like celery? We can have celery with hummus.
Nah,
celery with hummus.
I'm an eater.
Give us an example of how dirty you got.
All right, so I love pancakes.
Oh, okay.
So 3 or 4 pancakes in the morning, cookies at night. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
I it's still kind of a cheat because I still had to do Zoom workouts with my clients. again. So I was still moving. So I've never not moved, but just things like that, staying up at night is a trigger to me. So if I'm not sleeping well at night, I know, and this is advice I give to you guys, man. Not sleeping and not getting your rest is a trigger for bad eating. I don't care who you are. So when I know I'm sleeping well, or I know I have my routine to go to sleep at night, I know I feel my best in the morning. Because many times food is just a pacifier, right? We're not feeling good. This food is a quick fix for that. You know what I mean? So with that said, man, like it was super tough for me. I didn't work out for like a week, 2 weeks, you know, and I was just eating everything. But then I started to feel horrible. I did gain weight. And it was tougher for me just because what obligations I had with brands. I had to be in front of the camera, and I wasn't liking what I was saying. You know, like we go through that. I want everyone to know we go through that. Fitness professionals, athletes, we go through that. I didn't like what I was saying. And I understand I was in control of it. You know what I mean? I didn't feel my best. I wasn't performing my best. And that's another good advice that I try to give people. Think about your performance more so. Let's take it performance driven instead of aesthetic driven. Stop looking in the mirror being disappointed. Be more competitive about, okay, man, like you like to run, man. So my 3 mile time hasn't been great, right? I want to get back to, man, when that 3 mile time was really good and it was my best time. And I guarantee when you get down to that time again, your body's going to respond and look that way. You're going to feel really good, you know?
That makes sense.
Yeah, right? Like let's take away like what our body look like, and more so what can it do?
Okay.
How can it be? How can it perform? Right. The athletes that we see, the Serenas, the LeBrons, right? Their performance, right? They care more so about their performance than how they look. Their look was a result of all the hard work they put into it. You know, Michelangelo's David, right? The perfect specimen, but it was more so about what he can do. You know what I mean? That was way before we had gyms, dumbbells, crazy dudes like me yelling at him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, what can you do? How can you perform? What do you like to do? What do you enjoy doing movement wise?
Okay, so 2 things are coming up that really get us all off track.
Yep.
Winter.
Yep.
And holidays.
Facts.
So even without, like, before COVID, it was a problem.
Yep.
But now factor in Chicago is shutting down, about to shut down again a lot. We're seeing COVID spiking.
Yep.
So what would you say to anyone out there that is also thinking like I'm thinking ahead, and I've already put out there, I'm going to have, these are some things I'm going to start doing.
That's a great point.
Because I know that these hard times are coming. I don't even celebrate holidays, but it's still wintertime. I'm not going out and running. I know, like I used to. So what would you suggest?
So you did the first thing. So you said the first thing that I always say: make a plan. You have to have a plan of action, right? You don't want this holiday to sneak up on you. We know, obviously, it may be another quarantine and things like that, the way the numbers are spiking. So you never want these things to sneak up on you. Let's make a plan of action, right? In that plan of action, let's have a couple things in mind, right? Let's make sure we're staying up on our rest, right? Let's bank our rest now, because none of us are as busy as we were, right? Usually we in this microwave society where we always working, always grinding, right? And rest kind of was taken away from us. Let's bank our rest now. Let's really try to sleep, really find quality sleep, take down the caffeine a little bit, really get in tune with our body, right? When do we feel rest? How do we have a nighttime routine, right? Maybe move your dinner up maybe an hour before you go to sleep, because you have a lot less activity, especially before going to bed. We're kind of stuck in the house here. A vitamin D supplement, just because we're not going to get as much sun as we want to. Obviously, we want to stay healthy. Let's really try to clean up, make small substitutions in our eating, right? Some carbs are great. Let's try to have them in the middle of the day, right? We're not moving as much. Let's try to have vegetable every single meal we have, right? So we've taken care of our sleeping and eating. Now in our movement, let's not overcomplicate it. Let's move 20 or 30 minutes every single day. Every single day. Try to sweat for 20 to 30 minutes every single day. I don't even care what you're doing, but just have that in your plan of, okay, today I'm going to sweat for 20 to 30 minutes. And I think that's a solid starting plan, right? If that would allow you to branch off and go extreme however you want. You know what I mean? Like, all right, if I want to get on a workout program, I can either find that resource wherever I find that resource and go, but I know I'm staying consistent that I'm going to move 20, 30 minutes a day. You know what I mean?
Yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, that plan is such an important thing, man. This is going to sneak up on us and come fast. I want everyone to start developing their plan now. Rest, find that. Let's kind of take the caffeine out. Get rid of the things in our house that are sabotagers. Me, if chips and cookies are in the house, I'm going to eat them till they're done. You know what I mean? Especially when we stuck in the house. Like, there's nothing else to do. I also have a couple things strategically placed in my condo, right? Like, I have a pull-up bar and I have a kettlebell, right? So it was times during quarantine of every time I walk to the refrigerator, I got to do 5 deadlifts. Every time I walk to grab something in my bedroom, I gotta do 4 pull-ups. Just things like that just add up throughout the day. Maybe you can have something of every commercial break, I'm gonna hold a 20-second plank. Like those things add up throughout the day, and it kind of like gives you something to think about, give you some motivation now.
So you all see why I love him, right? If you don't love him now too, you have a serious problem. So what I'm gonna do is, because we got more. We have more to do right now. But I'm not going to take too much of his time, okay? So what I want you all to do is make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. You like, you comment. And we're about to have some fun. He doesn't know what we're going to do because I want to surprise him. But I'm only going to post this on Instagram. So we're going to stop the interview here. And then y'all are going to have to check out my IG. All that information, the details. His information will be in the details. So for She's Gotta Show, I want to tell you how much I appreciate you. And I'm sorry for touching you. I probably shouldn't have even touched him. I'm sorry. But I love you and I appreciate you so much. And I just, again, please keep going. Please keep doing your thing. And thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. Thank you.
I saw it early.
Thank you.
I saw it early, of course.
So, for She's Gotta Show, you know who I am. I'm Akisha Lockhart. Who are you?
I'm David Carson.
And we're not done. So go over to my IG.